This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, but boasting a beautiful, celebrating Christmas Toronto background behind me. I was in Toronto a couple times this year for conventions. Looking forward to returning there next year. But in the meantime, here we are, December the 16th, less than 10 days from Christmas. And, Santa came early this year because I have a wonderful guest, that looks completely in the Christmas spirit. I know she's been good all year. Folks, she's a three-time guest as of today, and she was also a wonderful um, acceptor of the Doubtfire Face Challenge as well, which is very much appreciated. Folks, I give you the lovely, the beautiful Lydia Manson. How do you do, Lydia?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me back.
I love the red, as I was saying, the matching. Where'd you get the red headphones?
So I got these just off of Amazon.
There you go. Well, look what I have on.
That looks like a pretty snazzy shirt.
That is a pretty snazzy shirt. That's, of course, my background is screwing it up, but it's your Lydia Manson t-shirt. Toronto is fighting to be in the picture. But yeah, I
I have
thought,
to lose to Toronto.
yeah, you're actually an hour behind me here in New Brunswick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
there's,
the time zones are messing me up. Like the other day we had a meeting for Hellgate
mhm.
and I'm in Eastern Standard Time Zone. The director is in Central Time
Uh-huh.
Zone, and then the meeting we were having, they're from the West Coast, so they were on I mean, they were on Pacific time. So we had to figure out for three time zones to get our meeting time.
Oh, that must be fun.
Oh, it was
I
super
always
fun.
just I now to the point of just putting Eastern time zone and just be up for it
Mhm.
because nobody has Atlantic Canada on their time zone, so it don't matter.
Yeah, I I'm sorry.
That's okay. No worries. No worries. You said noon, and I knew noon would be one for me, so I just set it for 12 p.m. No problem. No harm, no foul. Yeah. So, are you ready for Christmas? I don't see decorations behind you. Are you behind in the decorating?
I'm behind in everything. I've all morning I've been making cookie mixes because they have to like chill in the fridge before I bake them. So I did 4 batches of chocolate chip cookie mix, a double
Nice.
batch of gingerbread mix, and then a new cookie I'm doing this year. I did a double batch of apple crisp cookies. So that dough is chilling in the fridge, and then I can bake them in a few hours.
Wow, you're on a baking brigade today.
I usually do like cookie boxes every Christmas.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to get baking these cookies or I'm not going to get anybody their cookie boxes.
Well, I think that's awesome. What's your favorite kind of cookie?
I'm a simple uh, chocolate chip gal, but
You
these
know
apple
what?
crisp cookies look like they're going to come out good.
Oh, nice. Well, it's nice to be creative and try new things, but I agree with you. Chocolate chip is an awesome one. I grew up loving chocolate chip cookies as well, so there you go.
I used to, my grandfather passed away last January 2024. But
Hmm.
every Christmas I would bake him chocolate chip cookies, and he lived, he spent the holidays in Florida, so I would mail him Christmas cookies every year. So it's kind of how I started doing the cookie boxes. I just started doing chocolate chip for him because that was his favorite, and then I started doing sugar cookies, and I was like, oh, I can just make like a box for people, and you know, send them out with a card.
There you go. There you go. Well, you know what? That I don't know about you. I know no Santa never comes to me anymore. He comes to my cat, which sure
Skittles,
have
right?
better. Yeah, Skittles. You know what? I'm gonna get Skittles up. Skittles. You're being summoned. You're being summoned, kitty. Somebody's talked about cookies and they want to talk to my kitty. Hi, kitty. Kitty, you
Hi,
want to tell Lydia?
Skittles.
He wants to know if Lydia Manson has treats.
I don't have any pets,
Oh,
so I don't have any treats.
oh, Skittles, you hear that?
But I like Skittles as a treat, not your Skittles.
Skittles is like enough of that. Enough of that.
Yeah.
Oh man. What do you want for Christmas this year?
I would love angel investors for our film Hellgate.
There
That
you
would be
go.
the best Christmas gift I could get is financing for our film.
There you go. There you go. Well, hopefully that will come to you. So we'll talk about that and
Fingers
various
crossed.
other film projects that you're involved in. I think last time I had you on, I think we had discussed Reunion from Hell 2, and I think we might have talked about The House That Eats Flesh as well. So
Hmm.
we might have done that, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a couple of
See,
years.
well, if a house had some of your Christmas cookies, it wouldn't need to eat flesh now, would it?
Unfortunately, that was my first like major picture that I did, and it's sad to say that it's like in post-production purgatory, and unfortunately, they're going to be going to court over it. So,
Oh,
I
really?
try. Yeah, it's really sad. Try and update people, but there hasn't been really any movement. Still appreciate everybody that supported the film, and it's going to be released. But unfortunately, it has to go through this legal battle first. Sadly.
Wow. Well, yeah, I know you were in Reunion from Hell too, and I've had
Yep.
Hayden Newman on here various times. So,
Yep.
yeah, I'm impressed uh, how good an actor Hayden Newman was. I wasn't expecting that, you know. So,
It was a
so
really fun shoot.
yeah.
We were on a mountain and it was, man, that going up that mountain was scary. I the first night I got in, it was like the middle of a snowstorm. And we're high, it was like high up on a mountain, like very, very tight roads. And I'm pulling into like the driveway up to the house,
Hmm.
and there's I just a random guy just like pops out of nowhere, and I'm just like, oh my god! And it was Danny Hassel from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5, and I almost like hit him with my car, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Uh, but he was awesome to work with. Lisa Wilcox, of course, awesome to work with, and then Mark Patton was in on that one, so he was great to work with too. So it was a really good team, and I hope everybody liked the movie. And if you're looking for a Christmas slasher to watch for Christmas this year, Reading from Hell 2 is on Tubi.
There you go. I've had Lisa Wilcox on the show back in, I think it was 2016, It was a lot of fun having her on, and that was awesome. So, yeah, you got to feel well protected with Lisa Wilcox on. She is the Dream Master after all.
Hmm. She's
Skittles
so
says enough.
sweet.
Skittles says enough of this Dream Master stuff. Can I go now? Can I go now? And I was running away.
Bye, Skittles.
Yeah, Skittles, good kitty. Good kitty. But you've been in uh, a number of interesting projects coming up. Some I don't know if I mentioned R.I.P. Van Winkle Part 3. Was there Part 1 and 2 as well?
There is. I'm not in those parts. So that's a Mark Polonia film. Mark
Okay.
Polonia is like highly regarded in independent film world. He's done a ton of movies. I also got to work with Jeff Kirkendale on that one. Jeff has done a ton of movies. Um, he's officially played Dracula, so he is on the official list of actors that have played Dracula. That's a fun tidbit about Jeff. But yes, Rip Van Winkle Part 3. I am in. I play Wavy. I play a clown that just held up a bank. So trying to get out of Dodge.
Clown that held up a bank. It sounds like something Bill Murray did in Quick Change. Okay. And speaking of mountains,
Macabre Mountain.
Cobb Mountains, that's, you know what? I've heard that word several times and I never pictured it spelled like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny
Yep,
how
Macabre Mountain.
it's funny how your teachers would tell you, just sound it out and then you could spell it out. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'm sure that's gonna work.
Yeah. You can never do that. It never works out well that way.
No.
But Macabre Mountain, also available on Tubi. Uh, it came from Xander Goldman. Great film, fun experience. Lots of great names in that one. Felissa Rose, Dave Sheridan. We also had Dennis Newman, Robert Mukes from House of a Thousand Corpses. So, you know, that was a great project. Lots of great people on that one.
Robert Mukes was at Frightmare in the Falls this past October, but I never did get to meet him. I got
Oh,
22 I got 22 autographs, so um I kind of met way past my limit, but I did not get to meet the Robert Mukes. Nothing against him. I just didn't meet
he's
him,
a
but
good one to meet, and he doesn't overcharge for his autograph or any or photo or anything. So I recommend meeting him. He's nice, and I mean, how many people do you get to meet that are 6'10"?
6'10". Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I like House of a Thousand Corpses, so there you go.
Such a good movie. And he actually at his table he has a couple some of the photos that he has for sale are behind the scenes photos that he took, so no,
Hmm.
those aren't available anywhere. So if somebody is a fan of House of a Thousand Corpses, if you ever see Robert Mukes at a convention, I highly recommend just going over, say hi, check out his pictures because it's some of the stuff you haven't seen before.
Well, I am going to say this. I did meet Michael Berryman and Bill Moseley for the second time. Now, I've had Michael Berryman on the show here. I love the Devil's Rejects, but I
Hmm.
have a funny story about meeting them the first time. I remember funny because you meet Bill Moseley in person. He does not look all that
No,
intimidating. He looks he looks I didn't recognize him. It's like, you know
but
what?
he's so nice.
He looks like a school teacher. It's like, really?
He's so nice.
You don't look that threatening. Anyway, I went up to him, and his table was right next to Bill Mose or Michael Berryman. And I said to him, I said, a question for you. I said, is Sherry Moon Zombie as beautiful in person as she appears? And he says, well, I think that's a Michael Berryman story. So I turned to Michael Berryman and I asked him the same question. And he says, very lovely person indeed. And I said, yeah, is she prettier than Bill here? And he goes, anybody's prettier than that thing. Bill Mosley's standing there with his jaw dropped, and he's like, I thought we were friends.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
Anyway,
they when I was at Son of Palooza back in August in California, Berryman, Mosley, and Mukes were all there. So that was really cool.
there you go. Did Robert Mukes think Sherry Moon was prettier than Bill as well?
I didn't ask him. I'll have to maybe I'll send him a message on Instagram later and see if he responds. Be like, I talked
Anyway.
about you on a podcast today and I have a question.
Yeah, and you mentioned Felissa Rose and Dave Sheridan. I haven't had either one of them on the show. Like Felissa Rose has got a movie like every other day.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know how she does it. Like,
because
I'm
yeah,
tired just watching her work.
I'm trying to get her on here, and last I heard she's open to it, but it's like every other day, like her pre-production, post-production, or in filming on IMDb, like is like mile, 2 miles, 3 miles long. But anyway, I met them twice at conventions, and I gotta say, those two are a hoot together.
Mhm.
I got a picture of that I took of Dave Sheraton as dressed as Officer Doofy, and he had the vacuum
Mhm.
cleaner with him, and he's sticking it into Felissa's ass.
Yeah. Yep, that sounds about right.
And I'm like, you know what? We need an Officer Doofy Angela crossover from Sleepaway Camp. We need that.
Well, isn't that funny that now they're doing Scary Movie 6 and then they're remaking Sleepaway Camp?
Are they going to be in Scary Movie 6?
It's already done filming.
Yeah, I know, but are those two in it?
Dave Sheridan is. I think pretty much all of the original cast came back for it. Lachlan Monroe was the part of
Mhm.
it. I believe Anna Faris. So they got back like the whole team.
I met Lachlan Monroe at Frightmare in the Falls one
Oh
year.
my God, he's so
Oh yeah.
nice.
I asked him, I said, I was looking at his
Well,
table,
because he
his
lives in
picture.
Canada.
Well, I was looking at his table, his pictures, and I'm like, question, Lachlan. I said, why don't you have the small penis pic on here? You know, so many people are going to be in demand of that. And he just kind of goes, he says, nope, nope, not that one.
Nope.
Great guy, agreed.
Mhm.
But of course, everybody knows the joke, the small penis pic from Scary Movie. And
Yep.
yep. Anyway, one story I have about Felissa Rose. This one does not involve Dave Sheraton, but she was seated between Dave Sheraton and Christy Swanson. And I was getting Christy Swanson to sign a photo for me. It was a picture of her in a bikini outfit, which yeah. But
Yeah.
she was very distracted because the two times I've met Felissa Rose, I've met Christy twice as well, um but the two times I've met Felissa, the second time she had a different kind of pick of the ending shot from Sleepaway Camp. This different pick had the penis in
Hmm.
frame. And Christy Swanson was very distracted by this. She wondered, like, who was she next to in this con? She was very distracted. Well, Felissa Rose took a little post-it note and she drew a penis on it. And she took it and she stuck it on the bikini pic of Christy Swanson right on the crotch area. And Christy Swanson looks at that and she goes, "Why is it so small?" I got a few
There's so much
stories
fun to
like
be
that.
had at conventions.
I love doing the convention. I did two this year. I did Fan Expo in Toronto, and I did my fifth Frightmare in the Falls.
They
So
definitely add up.
yeah, yeah. I save up for those every year, and I love Toronto a lot. I did one in the States. I did Chiller in the States, in New
Oh,
Jersey.
okay.
Yep. Um,
I've
I
never
did
been to Chiller. I've done New Jersey Horror Con, but I've never gone to Chiller.
Chiller had the most every year the most diverse guests. Like you gotta like I attended it with Lisa Langlois one year, and she helped me get my US passport and this and that. So I attended in the spring of 2024, and that was a lot of fun. Um, but they have a huge guest list, but between 75 to 100 guests,
That's
like a
crazy.
lot. When I went there, there was a big reunion for the Warriors. So they have one room just cast from the Warriors. This past one they did, they have a Night of the Living Dead reunion. But um, one of the things I noticed, like I keep track note, look at the guest list and see who's appearing or see who's doing con debuts and whatnot. But here's what I mean by diverse. They had Linda Blair there from The Exorcist, but they
Mhm.
also had the first actor to don the Barney suit from Barney the Dinosaur. They even had a Home Alone reunion there.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to make it out to Chiller sometime.
Yeah.
I always see like the pictures afterwards, and I'm like, oh, that would have been fun. And I never get to it.
But I love that they've got there's something there for everybody. And
Mhm.
I saw pictures of Linda Blair, but I also saw pictures of the guy from the Barney show, you know? Like there was no complaining. It was like, why is this person here? Isn't this a horror? No, it was it's very inclusive. And I'm like, I love this, they just bring in anybody. It's like anybody can come, you know? And uh when I was there, Shara was there and she was amazing, you know?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. They had a great bunch. They just had Huey Lewis there. I would have loved to have
Yeah, I'm
met Huey
definitely gonna have to
Lewis.
make it out there.
Yeah, I'm hoping Huey Lewis does more of them because I think I saw more pictures of him than I've seen of anybody. They had an American Pie reunion there. It's like I love that about Chiller. I love that about Chiller. So I was there once. I don't know when I'll make it again. Um, a lot of it's due to my work schedule, but
Mhm.
also a lot of it, I don't know what I hear mixed stories about travel from Canada to US and vice versa. And I don't know how much what I'm hearing is true and how much is just fear mongering or what. So, but
I
I
don't know.
enjoyed it when I went. So it's
I'm
in
glad.
yeah. But as in Pacific, New Jersey, I think if you go, you'll have a great time.
I'm definitely gonna have to look and see when they got the next one going.
They got two a year. They got one in April and they got one in October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. And they always have a stellar lineup. Like I was there in April 2024, but I mean the fall 2024 was great. And the ones that they had, the two they had this year looked great too, So yeah. So they always have a great lineup of guests and lots of vendors. So yeah. So
You
one,
mean somebody might buy a Lydia Manson shirt?
you know what? You could set up there.
I set up at New Jersey Horror Con a few times, and like promote whatever film I'm working on and try to get more people involved. So I've been doing conventions for Hellgate. So I might see if they're still accepting vendors for April.
You want me to tell you, I could put you in touch with one of the promoters there, Eddie Micah. He was such a great guy to me because I was showing up there to assist Lisa Langlois. And when she got announced, I went on the Facebook page and I just mentioned, commented on what they're in for, what Lisa was like, and they're lucky to get to meet her. She was in class of 1984 and Happy Birthday to Me and movies like that. And she introduced me to this world. And anyway, he sends me a private message and he says, and he didn't have to do this, but he says, since you're there with Lisa, uh, we'll you get your passes for free. And I'm like, you don't have to do that, but
That's
how cool
awesome.
was that? And I found out he's a cat person like me, so
So Skills has a friend.
There you go. So they're very nice, So yeah, reach out to them. I think you'll have a great time there. It's it's a big place. There's lots of different rooms. You don't have all the celebrities all in one room. They're branched out in different ones. But
Mhm.
in big vendor areas, I think you'll have fun. So yeah, check
I
into
like when they
that.
do that, when they mix up the, like, vendors and the celebrities, 'cause it helps the vendors out a lot.
Hmm. Yeah. So there you go. You could try that out. Is there anybody that you met at the cons this year that really blew your mind? I know you
You
blew
know,
their mind.
yeah, oh, you're so
And
sweet. I back in May, I did New Jersey Horror Con, um, in Atlantic City at the Showboat. Um, and I got to hang out with Mike Levy and Jason Levy and Marcus Slabian from Terrifier franchise. So, I mean, it was cool getting to know them. Like they're really down to earth, and I got to like ask them just like a lot of questions as a filmmaker. So for me that was really great. Um, but I think the one that I fangirled over the most this year was when I did New Jersey Horror Con in Edison, and now this was back in September, and Thomas Ian Michael from American Pie was there. But I grew up watching his movies like Rookie of the Year and A Kid in King Arthur's Court. So I got a Kid in King Arthur's Court picture signed, and I was like fangirling the whole weekend. I just kept like finding reasons to walk into that room. So and I got to meet Tara Reid because she was there with them. So meeting them too was probably the highlight of my con season.
there you go. They were at Chiller as well. They were there.
Yeah,
Mina
Thomas was
Saburi was there
he
too.
he travels, he's in a band, and it was like the night before the con he was doing a show like 6 hours away, and I'm like, oh my god, like, and then you're doing this con all weekend, like that's insane.
Yeah.
I was like mad respect.
I saw American Pie in the theater when it came out, so I remember well. But yeah, Michael Levy I've had on the show here too, and he even did a Doubtfire face challenge. Like
Oh,
he's,
did he?
oh yeah, yeah. So that was pretty cool. But I remember I donated to Stream when he did that. I
Yes.
haven't I haven't seen Stream, but I donated to it. I gotta see if that is out on physical media. I am still a physical media person, and I hope they don't.
Oh no, I totally am too.
I
I know
hope
they
that
were
just
working on the
yeah,
Blu-rays because they were
yeah.
putting like a lot of interact like they were I know they were working on a lot of special features for the Blu-ray, adding in like interactions with fans from conventions and like the people that are dressing up as the characters. So like they were really adding all that into the special features and like a lot of behind the scenes and stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know if the Blu-ray is out yet or not.
I know one thing. I streaming in the pandemic, I think, has hurt theaters and hurt physical media. I'm because I've heard about the whole Netflix thing, and my TV is just set up to watch my Blu-rays.
Mhm.
That's all I watch on it, and I'm like, you know, and when I go to Toronto, I love going to their. They got a variety of different theaters. I went to John Carpenter's Halloween twice at a theater there.
It's awesome.
So yeah, like I don't want to lose that. And it's almost like we're being like with the pandemic, it's almost like we're being forced to be boxed into our homes. And it's like, you
Mhm.
know, government, piss off, leave us alone, let us do our thing.
Well,
So
I
I
think a
don't
lot
know.
too is this is like the streaming companies, if especially for independent movies, like I remember when Stream first came out, and I
Mhm.
remember watching Michael um trying to get people to go to the theater to see Stream, because if they didn't have enough people at a showing that had bought tickets in advance, they just canceled the screening. And it really it hurts independent filmmakers because it's like we put a lot of money into to doing something that big, that took on a lot probably, you know. So, and I saw how hard Michael and Jason
Oh
were
yeah.
working to get people to the theater, you know. And it sucks because a lot of theaters won't even pick up like an independent film. But it's like you see how well Terrifier 3 did, you know, and it's like if you give some of these independent films a chance, they might show you that they are, you know, they're worth taking a chance on.
We get a 10 screen theater here. And what bugs me, we'll get a like an Avengers type movie or something like that, and it'll play on like three or four of those screens.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, you know what? You got 10 screens. Can you not put at least one independent film on one of those screens? Like, come on. Like, seriously, because there's movies we end up not getting that is like, I would have went to that, or I would have went to this or this. It's just annoying as hell to me. So yeah. But
It's frustrating.
yeah, it is frustrating. I would have went to stream. Now, Moncton, which is about 2 hours away, got stream. But with me and my work and my schedule, getting
That's a
there,
lot.
yeah. But I'm
Driving
like,
2 hours and then watching a 2 hour movie, driving
yeah,
2 hours. That's almost, you know, most of your day.
yeah. So I would have gone to stream. So it's frustrating. Now, Toronto, they get a lot of movies we don't get. So when I'm in Toronto, I try to see movies I know we wouldn't get here. We didn't get Poor Things here. I was happy to see
Oh,
that in Toronto because I'm a huge Emma Stone fan.
I love her.
I love her too. But since super
So
bad.
talented.
Yeah.
Yeah. I quote Superbad all the time.
I've interviewed the
Me,
kid.
me and my friend Connor will just like send voice messages to each other of doing different bits from the movie, and they'll be like minute-long clips of us just like fully doing lines of a whole scene from Superbad. It's oh my god. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's okay. I was going to say the kid that played the young version of Jonah Hill who drew pictures of dicks. I
Yeah.
had him on here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really cool guy, I gotta say. But yeah, I've been a fan. I've crushed on Emma Stone since. So uh Superbad will be I don't know where the time has gone, but it'll be 20 years old coming up
Oh my
2027.
god.
So I'm like, I've been at a crush on Emma Stone that long. I don't think I've had a crush
Mhm.
that long before. But Emma is interesting because I got to see Poor Things in Toronto.
I
And
haven't gotten to see it yet. I'm
yeah,
so far behind on movies.
well, we didn't get Kinds of Kindness here. So I had a weekend where I could go to Moncton. So I did see Kinds of Kindness. But it was like, I was so frustrated we didn't get that. So when Begonia came out this year, I saw that in Toronto. Well, we ended up getting it here, surprisingly. So I went and
Oh,
saw it
that's
here as
great.
well. So I saw it twice. But I had no guarantee we were going to get it here, and I wasn't going to trust it. So I went to Toronto and saw it in one of their theaters. So yeah, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, I like to go, especially I like to go to movies I don't know anything about, and I just
Mhm.
walk
A
in.
lot a lot of like the horror influencers that I follow, a lot of them have been saying recently about films or like go into this one blind, like you'll like it so much better if you don't know anything about it. So I think that, you know, like it's starting to be like a thing.
Hmm. So yeah, I find I get a lot of enjoyment out of films I just don't know anything about. So yeah. But no, I'm glad you're having fun at the cons. I've seen some of your videos where you be assisting people at their tables and this and that, and so I've watched those when you put them up. So yeah, if you get to Parsippany, New Jersey for Chiller, do that. And it's
I'm
like I said,
definitely
it's
gonna have to go look at it.
April and October, so it happens twice a year. So there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a fun con. And they've got a ton of guests. Like I said, it's one of the probably the biggest con I've ever been to. Like it's but 75 to 90 guests or something like that, and a ton of vendors. So yeah. So you'll have a good time at that for sure.
Great.
But
Can't
anyway,
wait.
let's go into your movies because I know there's some stuff
Oh
that was added
goodness.
here. Yeah. Since The House That Eats Flesh, you did the Passages of Nexus.
Yep. I filmed that down in Dallas. That is actually going to be coming out on Blu-ray here soon. I just spoke with the
Oh.
director um last month, and he said that he was they were doing up the Blu-ray, so excited to see that one come out.
Now here's a question. I do this a lot with Lynn Laurie from Shivers. Um, when this comes out on Blu-ray, um are you I wanted to know, like with this t-shirt, am I able to get autographed prints from you? Or
Yes.
will you, because I would be open to doing that because I don't even know if our stores would be carrying that. But I mean, I'd be
Yeah.
totally open to giving those a chance. Even blindly, I give it a chance.
Yeah, I can when the Blu-rays are available, I have no issue getting a few extra ones and sending them off to people, signing them and sending them off to people. So,
I mean, I would send you, of course, PayPal or something for to handle your
yeah.
postage and stuff because I know the terror's so bad. I got an autographed picture through the mail of Barbara Eden of I Dream a Genie,
Mhm.
and I ordered it. When I got back and got notified, I had to go to the post office, and there was like 75 dollars tariff fee on that. I was like, "Are you
Oh,
kidding
wow.
me?" Yeah, yeah. But anyway, it was worth getting the picture though. Now, I don't know if there was a void in your filmmaking, but there is the void. You want to talk about the void
The
and the
Vord.
blade?
So
Oh,
it's
the
called the
Vord.
Vord.
Oh, you kidding me?
The Vord.
Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. I'm
That's
seeing that
okay.
now. I was sitting back here. I thought it said the void.
No, it's the Vord. It's kind of like um how do I want to put it? It's like a psychological thriller horror, but it's based on like Norwegian religion. So it's one where you have to really pay attention to what's going on. Um, but that is available to watch on Tubi if you want to stream it, or I believe you can order it on Amazon DVD
Now, what does
available.
Vord mean?
So the Vord is just he's kind of the protector
Okay.
of the main character. So he kind of like looks after her. He's like her saving grace, sort of.
And then you have Camera X. You play
Yep.
Detective
Camera.
Furnace. You
Yep. And
like?
I was that was also my first assistant director gig. Um, I don't believe he has any plans on putting that out on physical media. It's streaming right now on one site. Um, and I do believe it's going to be released on Tubi next month. But that movie is it's like a new take on found footage. So if you like found footage movies, it would be one you would want to check out. So
Did you like playing a detective?
I did. So my partner, Detective Cronus, played by Doug Perfido,
Hmm.
we became like best friends after because we were just like all around set like partners. we just
Hmm.
kept we just kept it up the whole time. So it was a lot. It was good because I want to play different characters. I don't want to be pigeonholed into the same character type.
Oh, I agree. No, I'm going to look at your upcoming now. I don't know how many of these that you're allowed to talk about, so but I know you got a Hell's Gate shirt on. I have been following your process on that one, so I knew you were making that. I'm gonna click on it
So
here.
I am co-director, co-writer, producer, and I play Kelly on Hellgate. So this is like this is kind of turned into my baby right now. Um, our Indiegogo is still in demand. So if anybody's looking for like a late Christmas gift, you can pre-order your DVD. Um, but super excited, like this is the first script I wrote, so to see it be made into a film is going to be very exciting. We are looking for private investors. um, so if anybody is looking to get into the movie business, just you don't have to necessarily work in film industry. you know um, it's interesting how some projects get funded. If you go back and you look at, Evil Dead Rise,
Hmm.
it was actually, I mean, Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead, it was funded by dentists. It was a group of dentists. So it's just, anybody that wants to have their name in a film and, maybe hang out on set, like that's when you invest in a film, you get all that. So if there's anybody looking to make that jump, let me know.
Wow. You know, it's interesting you mentioned you were wrote it and you co-directed it. I'm thinking, it's like the Woody Allen thing where Woody Allen used to star in his movies, direct his movies, and write his screenplays,
Well,
And
I don't have a lead role or anything, and I didn't write myself to have a big part because I feel like that's too much, and I'm not there yet in my career to do
Mhm.
that, to direct and lead a film. Like I just filmed a movie in Texas last month called A Toy Maker, and that was actually my first lead role that I've ever had. So I couldn't even imagine being director on top of that.
So I'm gonna click on Toy Maker.
Mhm.
If we can get things to stop popping up here. Okay.
So if you're
But
a
any
fan of like UFC fighting, Rashad Evans um
Are you fighting
was
in it?
in I do my own stunts in it.
Oh, nice.
I gave myself a black eye on like the second day of filming and it lasted for like a week because I had to give a headbutt and I accidentally really headbutted her. I was like, nobody wins in a headbutt.
Oh, wow.
I had a huge black eye for like a week filming.
So talk about doing a physically demanding part like that.
Um, so when I had this misconception when I first started filming. The first time I was on set for anything, it was called The Dark Office. It's a short, it's not out yet. It's going to be part of an anthology. Um, but that was the first time I was actually on set. And I was, we filmed a scene and they were like,
Hmm.
okay, great. Like that was really great. And I'm like, all right, we're done. Nope. You got to film it from another way and another way. And you got to do each one like three times. Um, so for physically demanding roles, it gets really physical really fast and your muscles are going to hurt that you didn't even know you had. Um, I had bruises. I was like, how did I even come up with this? I was like, I had a bruise in the middle of my leg. I'm like, when did the middle of my leg touch anything? But it was just like nonstop, like we blew up. I think two or three cars. There's explosion scenes. Like this movie is going to be crazy, but it was really physically demanding, but I'm glad I got to do something like that. I the couple of days before we were filming, I actually took the stunt class that was offered by the producer and the stunt coordinator on set. So it was really interesting to see how some of these stunts are done on like Hollywood productions, excuse me.
Well, at least you didn't bruise like those cars did.
Yes.
Wow, you do your own stuff. Okay, talk about acting and directing and writing. Do you have a preference of the three?
Um, I mean, I want to get better at all three. I want to improve. Um, so I'm writing more because the only way you get better at some things is just by doing. Um, Being assistant director, and then I did the proof of concept we filmed for Hellgate. I directed that. I didn't realize how much went into directing until I actually did it. I didn't go to school for filmmaking or anything like that. I just learn everything on my own. Um, I try and ask as many questions as I can on set to people. I always tell them, I'm like, if I'm annoying, just tell me to shut up. I'm like, I'm just trying to learn. So when I directed the POC for Hell's Gate, I learned so much. I was like, they're asking me questions. They're like, what do you want for this? And I'm like, what are you even talking about? So for me, it's just, I have to be more prepared, you know?
Hmm.
So that's what I learned from that. But um
Wait till you
I
get to
think
doing
I
80 takes like Kubrick.
oh, I hope not. I hope not. I did just buy like a book on Kubrick. Um but yeah, no, I hope I don't have to do that.
You don't want to do that? Wouldn't that be fun?
No. 80 takes? No. Gosh, no.
Uh, what was you saying before? Hey, rudely cut you off there.
Oh, no. I think if I was going like I would love to direct a couple of things that when you think of Lydia Manson, you think of like those films. Like I would
Hmm.
love to do that.
Hmm.
Um, but until then, if that ever happens, I hope, hopefully I'll be blessed enough to have that happen. But until then, I'm just gonna keep working at behind the camera and in front of the camera as much as I can and learn as much as I can about all the different positions.
How do you like acting?
Um, I I like acting. I still am very I struggle with like a lot of mental health issues. So self-image is a really big thing for me. Like even like staring at this right now, I keep glancing off because I don't want to look at my face and my arms look too
I
big for
like
me.
looking at your face. You look
Thank
stunning.
you.
You
So
seriously, Lydia, you look stunning.
thank you.
You really do. And you know what? Um, I like seeing you on screen with the stuff I have seen. Like
Thank you.
I want to see you do more stuff on screen. Of course, I want to see you branch out and do all the other stuff too. Why not? Why not make it a
Mhm.
buffet of everything, But never shortchange yourself because I used to be struggle with mental health issues as well. I can totally relate to that. It was part of what the Doubtfire Face Challenge was about. But I'm going to tell you, I watched your reel and I was like, wow. It's just like with Hayden Newman. Like, I'm like, I didn't know what to expect out of Hayden Newman. I was come away from Reunion from Hell. I was like, Jeepers, Hayden, you blew me away. Like, I thought he was like, he or she. I'm not even sure which one Hayden goes by, but hey, I said to Hayden, I did not know what to expect, and I said you were the best part of the movie, and hey, Hayden was blown away by that, but Hayden's somebody that can do all of that. And I
Mhm.
know Hayden struggled to get Reunion from Hell done, but the finished product was really good. But I was impressed at how well Hayden was in the lead role. It's like, wow, there was no ego there. Uh, sure, somebody else could have played it, but then we wouldn't have got to see how good Hayden was in this movie,
Mhm.
you know? But you're playing all kinds of different roles. I've seen the images and the makeup, and you covered in blood and dressed in different outfits and whatnot. You seem to be having fun. Like, but put this way, if you're in a film and it's playing around here. I'll go see it if you're on screen.
Oh, thank you.
I mean that. Don't ever
It means a lot.
shortchange your, yeah, don't ever shortchange yourself. Look, I got your t-shirt, you know? So I mean, obviously, I think you're worth it. So don't ever shortchange yourself, you know? Like you strike me as somebody like you're being creative with Christmas cookies, you know, and that might seem like a small thing to you, but it sounds to me you've got a lot of creative juices going on in there, you know? So
Sometimes our
keep
mind just doesn't let us see what everybody else sees. And it just, our mind is our worst enemy. And I know
you
for
know what?
certain that mine is. Um, so
I've seen even some of your modeling pics. I mean, you're stunning.
thank you.
And I mean that, you know, uh, there's nothing wrong with you. Take it from me. Um, I want to see more of you in the movies. So there you go. Keep on, keep on. And even like the footage of you at the convention where I don't know whether you were pricing stuff or what it was you were doing, but you were talking to whoever you was with, but you were also uh, you did a great job doing what you were doing, but yet interacting with the camera as well. You were very aware of your surroundings, but you were also keeping people invited into the world of the convention, you know. I watched that whole video. So there you go.
I'll have
Don't
to try and go live more from conventions.
Yeah, don't shortchange yourself. Don't shortchange yourself, you know.
Well, you'll be seeing a lot of me coming up this year.
Mhm.
I have a lot of projects coming up. Um, so I'm part of a movie called Shiver that's going to be filming in New Hampshire in March.
Mhm.
Um, so that one is going to be a Christmas slasher, but it's actually set on a ski lot. It's actually set at a ski lodge on a ski mountain. So a little bit different than your usual Christmas slasher. I was cast for a sci-fi movie called 92 Hours, and we're actually it's the same director as the Red Huntress series, which I filmed over this summer. I got to play a gargoyle, so I got to do like heavy special effects makeup for that. Um, so if you're into sci-fi, 92 Hours is really interesting. We just launched the website for that. I have a discount code if anybody's interested. And then I also have Big Boobenstein coming up, where I'm the assistant director, but I also have a small role in the film as well. And our Kickstarter is going strong right now. We have, I think, about 10 days or so left on that. We're going for our stretch goal now, right? So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a fun one. Of course, Hellsgate. Right now we're doing the 10 days of Hellsmas. So we're posting new content every day leading up to Christmas, where we're going to release the full proof of concept that I wrote and directed so people can see a little bit more about what the movie's going to be about. So got it lined
Now,
up for a few things this year.
now 92 hours. Were you in the makeup chair for 92 hours?
No, it hasn't filmed yet. It's going to be filming, I believe he said February or March of 26. So
Talk about being in the makeup chair for these. Um,
the gargoyle was probably the most intense. That took the longest. And it was like we're filming in Chicago and it was like 90 degrees in August. So um and then another issue we had was because I was having so much blood on my face, the prosthetics were literally getting soaked in blood. So I ended up losing my chin like halfway through filming. So we just like kind of filled it in with dark makeup because it was like not staying on at all. It was just, at that point, I had just gotten so much blood. So I mean, it's fine. You want to like play with, you want to go like play with your phone, but you can't be looking down. So you're just like sitting there, which is fine. I'm lucky. I've met some really great makeup artists, so they're really great to talk to and ask questions off of, and they're very knowledgeable. So I've been very lucky as far as that goes. But I don't mind sitting in the makeup chair.
Hmm. Do you ever do these ones where they have the straws up your nose and
Oh, I haven't, but I'm going to have to. Because there is going to be a film that I'm going to be doing eventually. I think it's probably going to be 2027. And it's called She Came from the Sea. So I play like a sea creature. So I'm going to
Mhm.
have a full face mask. So they are going to have to do a mold of my face. So I'll probably have to do that then.
It's funny. I saw the movie Maxine, and you get to see Mia Goth do this in a scene in the
Yep.
movie, which was interesting. So, yeah. But um, are you gonna, speaking of Mia Goth, are you gonna be the next one to break all the Scream rules? Because she broke all the Scream rules and lived to tell about it. Are you gonna do that? Are you gonna eventually do that?
Um, I am gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I know you're gonna look cool on screen. I was gonna
Let's
say,
hope so.
yeah, huh?
I hope I do.
I think so. Now, I wanted to ask, what was it like working with Angel Bradford?
I haven't worked with Angel in about 4 years.
I've had her on here
But
once. I've been trying to schedule her again, but like I said, she's like Felissa Rose in terms of
yeah, she is
projects here and
busy.
there. But she's hilarious, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
she's great. There's a lot
so.
of met a lot of been able to meet a lot of great people in this industry so far. Angel, we both started at about the same time.
Mhm.
So it's great to see how far she's gone.
Yeah. So I have a friend, Brandy McKenzie, who I met at Frightmare in the Falls. And she was a cosplayer, but she also worked with the talent. I met her through when she worked with Warrington Gillette,
Hmm.
and she worked with Warrington Gillette twice.
Oh, I'm going
And
to be working with Warrington coming up for Shiver.
there you go. I've had Warrington on the show, and I've met him twice. And Brandy has worked with him both times. And I guess the second time he requested her.
Hmm.
But yeah, Brandy does these amazing cosplay, but I noticed this year she is getting involved in these independent movies.
Hmm.
Yeah. So maybe you'll be crossing paths with her at some point. So
Maybe.
yeah. So I've gotten to know her a little bit at these conventions. She shows up there with her dog. She had her dog dressed in a Chucky outfit.
There's
It was amusing. But yeah,
a
she
lot
is.
of great outfits at cons.
Do
A
you
lot of
do
great
you
people dress up.
You've done some great cosplay. What's your favorite cosplay that you've done?
Probably Tiffany from Bride of Chucky. Probably my favorite. That one's, a lot of people have appreciated that one, so that means a lot to me.
Hmm.
But there's a few I still want to do, so I have to stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yes. Yes. Is there any projects? I don't know what you're allowed to talk about and what you're not, because I know uh you mentioned Shiver Slay on. What's Bottomless? Is that
So
somebody with
Bottomless
no
is a
pants?
no, it's actually a film I did locally a couple of months ago. Um, and it's about a man who ends up in a coma, and in his coma, it's kind of like Dante's Inferno.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of, he's going through all these levels. And I play his uh fiance, girlfriend. So it's kind of like my voice is what's bringing him back. So it was great, and it was great to do something local. So,
Okay.
but that one, we just filmed it, so that one probably won't be out until the summer.
What about Blind Date? I noticed there's a lot of pictures on here for that one.
So funny story. I'm actually not in Blind Date. I was supposed to do like a remote thing, but they never requested it, so they still have me on there.
Wow. I've heard that a few times from people, you know. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not really not in that. Is there any other films coming up that you're allowed to talk about that you want to get into? Because I know sometimes
Um,
people put the kibosh on that, but
no, I think I mentioned everything that's, the main things that are coming up is 92 Hours, Big Boomenstein, Shiver, and Hell's Gate. Those are like my big four right now. They're running campaigns for all four of them. So, if anybody is looking to get involved in film or needs an interesting last minute gift, a lot of these campaigns have some really cool things to offer. So those would just be my big four right now.
what about The Lady of Castle de la Morte?
So I filmed that back in, I think, July,
Okay.
and they have some pickup shots they have to do in April, but otherwise it's looking at beginning of August release for that. I'm really excited for that one to come out. It's filmed in black and white. If
Hmm.
you're a fan of like Young Frankenstein,
I love
um
it. Yeah,
it's it's along those lines. So I got to do like a lot of comedy in it, which was a lot of fun.
I love Young Frankenstein. I think it's Mel Brooks' greatest film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Achoo!
There you
Oh,
go.
thank bless me. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I've done it on here before.
I felt it like coming and I was like, nope, it's not going away. It's not going away. This is not a drill.
Well, I gotta say, keep doing what you're doing and never shortchange yourself. Because I also dealt with self-esteem issues growing up. Looking back, though, because I'm 53 years old, they'll be 54 next July, and I kind of look back on it and it's like, you know, um, I don't struggle with it as much as I used to because what happens is you get experiences and things, and you realize, wow, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, and you feel your value heighten. Like I've been doing this podcast since 2015. And even when Lisa invited me to the convention scene, it's like sometimes I have to pinch myself that I'm really doing this, and talking to all these people on here and how I've been treated. I've been treated pretty well. And it's pretty amazing. And when you get good at something, um, like when I was at Frightmare in the Falls, I don't get recognized a lot. But I got recognized at Frightmare in the Falls by somebody. And it was pretty cool, have them come up and, yeah, I like your channel, blah, blah, blah. And you start getting into that fold. And I discovered I kind of like traveling, which I never did until 2017. And I'm kind of like, I work between 70 and 80 hours a week. So as a cleaner, so I work a lot, but a lot of stuff that occupies my mind is doing the convention scenes. I film a lot when I'm at the convention. I do short
Mhm.
videos and stuff because I stick them in my ear when I'm doing my overnights and just listen to my experiences. And that's been fun. I've been doing that since 2021, doing that. And it's like it gives me something really to look forward to, and I enjoy it. And you've got a lot to look forward to, between acting in movies. Like I've seen your pictures. You're done up in some gothic outfits and some um uh yeah, I know you were splattered in blood in some of these movies that you've been doing. I can tell you're having fun with that. If I was you, I would focus on that. Plus, you're doing directing now, and you're going to get even better at that because with
Mhm.
practice comes perfection. And you're getting into screenwriting. Like you mentioned Evil Dead. Look how they started out. They went from Evil
Mhm.
Dead to Spider-Man, So if I was you, anytime you feel down, you just remember where you come from and where you are now and where you're going.
Thank
That
you.
would be my encouragement. And also another thing, I've had David Howard Thornton on here. I've had him on here once, and one of the things that we talked about, he also grew up, he was bullied and stuff growing up, and he had self-esteem issues. But you know what he's concentrating on now? It's like he's now the mean one, he's Art the Clown, he's loved and adored at the cons, he's having the time of his life? So I want you to concentrate on that because, like I said, I didn't get this for nothing. I think you're really cool.
Thank
And
you.
I've seen pictures of you, even the red dyed hair and stuff like that. You're a very creative person. And I want you
Thank you.
to concentrate on that. That's what I want you to do. Because I know you got great things ahead of you. And I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass saying that. You've got talent. This is your third time on here. I didn't ask you on
Mhm.
here for nothing? Yeah.
Well,
I've seen
thank
what
you
you
for having me back.
I'd love having you back. I'll have you back again next year. I'm pretty sure you'll have lots of new projects and experience to talk about. Plus, you got cool earphones on. I didn't even know they were orange. They kind of match your shirt from this perspective. But maybe it's just the lens. But yeah. So, and even at the cons, I gotta say you're very professional in the
Oh,
footage.
thank you.
Yeah, it's seriously, you're very, very professional in how you're doing what you're doing, addressing the camera, but also keeping aware of people that come to the table, like answering
Mhm.
questions, this and that. This is stuff I notice,
Well,
you
thank you.
know. I know if I were a celebrity, I'm not. I'd be blessed to have somebody like you at my table that because I know that I'd
Oh,
be in good hands. But I'm hoping eventually, you get your own table and you get to sell your merch.
one day.
Reach out to them at Chiller. That's two times a year for that one, spring and fall. I mean, they get a ton of people that come to that. So you probably even meet even more people at that. So
Mhm.
yeah. So don't lose faith in yourself. Don't lose faith
Thank
in
you.
yourself. You've got a lot more talent than you're giving yourself credit for.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're worth it. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome, and I look forward to seeing what you're doing next year. I'll have you back. I'll have you back. I'll
I'll
gladly
be
have you
here.
back. Yeah, I'll gladly have you back. You got anything else you want to promote on here before we close off?
Um, you can just you can find me on Facebook, Lydia
Hmm.
Manson. I'm on Instagram, Lydia Manson 88, and it's the same for TikTok. Excuse me, Lydia Manson 88. So feel free to follow. Try to post more. I post about all my upcoming projects and ways to get involved. So, you know, a follow would be great from anybody.
You're great on camera. Like when you
Thank
get
you.
promoting something on camera or when you're at the cons, you're great at presenting yourself. And this is something that I discovered about myself too, because I remember I had somebody tell me, it might have been my younger brother, but I don't remember saying, "Well, Greg, if you ever do these videos, you'll be in front of people. Doesn't that make you nervous?" And it's kind of something I just kind of fell into. And you just go to these events and it doesn't matter who's around you because you're the focus. And it's kind of like I'm bringing people into this. And I've done stuff where I've talked to people at the conventions and asked them questions beside me when they allow me and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. My mom said something to me that I thought was cool. She said she didn't recognize me at the cons. She recognized me physically. She didn't recognize me as a person because you said, I never
Hmm.
seen you that confident anywhere. And I said, well, because I'm kind of in my space where I know what I'm talking about and this and that. And when you get in that space, there's no stopping you. And I think you're there. You are.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So keep doing what you're doing. You've got my encouragement. And like I said, next year I'll have you back.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
Thank you for
absolutely.
having me.
Well, I would, before I let you go, I would love to have a plug for my show.
Sure.
Just state your name and say you're listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
Hi, I'm Lydia Manson, and you are listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
Absolutely. Can people still get these amazing shirts?
Yeah, I have a whole box of them, so if anybody wants one, they can just message me and I can mail them out. And I
Absolutely.
also
Well,
have like eight by tens if anybody wants 8x10s. I have some posters. So
oh wow. Got like headshots and stuff like that too?
yeah, like a lot of the cosplays I've done, I have 8x10s of those and other stuff. So
Oh wow. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, I love the shirt. I wore this especially for today because I knew I was
I'm
going to have you
glad.
on.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I've worn this numerous times, so I really like it. I
I'm
think
glad
it's
it's
cool.
holding up well.
It is. There's no holes in it
It's
or
a good
anything. No,
quality shirt.
good quality shirt. Yes, with done by an amazing person. So yeah,
Thank you.
but I was glad to have you on and I hope your apple crisp cookies turn out well. I'm sure they will.
I am gonna go start baking now.
You go start baking now. Well,
Yep.
I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
Yep,
and a happy
and
new year.
a Happy New Year, definitely. And like I said, keep on doing what you're doing because I tell you, you're on to bigger and better things. You go get better at each project you do.
Thank you.
And trust me, I'm a pretty good judge of character. When I tell you you're great on camera, take my word for it. Take
Thank you.
my
I
word for it.
appreciate it. I
Yeah,
will.
take my word for it. You and plus you got a really cool style too. So yeah.
Thank you.
You do. You do. You know, you're very interesting on screen. So
Woohoo.
so keep doing what you're doing. So I hope to see you at a con sometime, you know. I'd love to meet you in person. So maybe sometime that'll happen. But maybe they might even pay to get you at Frightmare in the Falls.
Hashtag goals.
There you go. Well, James Balsamo was there last year, and I've appeared in 9 of his movies, and he posted it on Facebook. I was like, "Are you kidding me? You're going to be at Frightmare in the Falls?"
That's
That was the
awesome.
first time I ever met him because my stuff was just shot on my phone and sent to him. Like I'm
Hmm.
in a scene with Eric Roberts where he's watching me on a television, and it's like I've never met Eric Roberts, but I'm in a scene with him. So I'm like, you know. So James was at Frightmare in the Falls with Darren Ewing from Troll 2 and Sean Whalen from People Under the Stairs. So I was like, wow, James was there. So that was pretty cool. So I hope maybe they'll get you there too.
Well, we can only hope.
You can always hope. Well, Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year. And I have a blessed 2026.
You as well. Thank you, Greg.
Absolutely. God bless you. You have a wonderful day.
Bye, you too.
Bye bye.